Heyo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. What's up? What's up? My name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, now the current head trader for True Trading Group. For those that don't know, TTG is the fastest growing and highest rated online premium educational platform available today. And if you are ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you've come to the place, folks. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live for free on this YouTube channel with myself. Other TTG Pro Trader moderators and special guests drop golden nuggets and free lessons are going to help you to become a better trader. Take a moment right now, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you guys share this stream on your own social media. We're live right now on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Welcome everyone joining us on those different platforms. Let's reach out, empower, and educate as many retail traders as we possibly can. That's my goal on all of these live streams. But why should you listen to the things I share with you here, guys? And that's because I did not figure this stuff out on my own. You're not going to learn any gimmicks or any supposed secrets. I began my trading career working for a fund in New York City, 2007, my very first job out of college. And then 2008 happened, the Great Recession, the housing market crisis, the stock market crash. During that time, though, I went on to receive one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. But before they even let me touch $1 of their money, I first had to go through an intensive training program. I had access to some of the top trading tools, and I was part of a community of like-minded traders, and that is exactly what the True Trading Group platform is based on now here today. Guys, I've got an amazing live stream in store for you here today. Speaking of special guests, man, what a stream I have in store for you. We're going to start things off with a 15, 20-minute Q&A session. Just going to give some time for people to log on. You guys don't want to miss this stream. So I'll take a couple questions for the first 15, 20 minutes. Anything you guys want to talk about, whatever questions you have, I'm here to answer them. And then tonight, you are in for a real treat. The Wolf of Weed Street, Mr. Jason Spatafora himself, is going to be joining us live. And together, we will be interviewing none other than CURLF founder and chairman, Boris Jordan. Yes. Okay, excited to have our guest on the show with us here today. I know that there are a lot of people in the True Trading Group community that are invested in CURLF and are invested in the cannabis sector as a whole. So it's going to be a real treat having the chairman and founder of CURLF, what is by revenue the largest public cannabis company, having him on here today to talk shop and answer a bunch of questions that Jason and I have with him is going to be awesome. All right. Then last but not least, we're going to be going through the entire TTG platform. Once we say goodnight to Boris, I'm going to show you guys the entire TTG platform, what it is that's included with your membership. For those that are interested, I will show you guys that later in the live stream. All right, now listen up, guys. Listen good. We're going to start that Q&A session here now. So start typing your questions right in chat. You got a trader with 17 years of experience telling you literally, hey, ask me anything. I'm here to help. Do not be shy. Do not feel like you have a stupid question. There is no such thing as a stupid question. The only thing that's stupid is not asking your question. So without any further ado, folks, go ahead right now. Begin typing your questions right in chat, and let's begin that Q&A. Yeah, it's gonna be similar to like an option. Similar to like an option. So like the option is giving you the option, okay, to purchase shares at a specific price. If you choose not to exercise that option, then you are essentially losing that money. What are your top indicators? Can you get by with just moving averages? No, I don't think you can get by with just moving averages. Definitely not. Listen, my top moving averages, my top indicators, I'll tell you this. This is going to be kind of a two-part answer. I'll start by saying there is not one indicator that is better than the others. There's not one indicator that is always right and the other that is right more often than others. You have to understand that indicators, technical indicators, are sometimes they'll be perfect for particular stocks. Other times they'll be completely irrelevant. That's why it's important for you when you're using technical indicators and you're conducting technical analysis is to understand professional technical analysis, real technical analysis, not these little stupid gimmicks, okay? Real technical analysis is going to teach you how to use multiple indicators in conjunction with one another. How to use 3 or 4 indicators together to tell you that this is a high quality setup, that the probability of the stock continuing higher is well in your favor, okay? All right, guys, that's well in your favor, all right? So this is everything that you guys will learn as a member of True Trading Group. I teach you guys how to use different indicators in conjunction with one another to identify those grade A setups. So one indicator is not better than the others. Now, when you say what are your top indicators, I'll just give you a couple that I used during a trading day. Volume, VWAP, trade line, which is the 9 exponential moving average, Fibonacci levels, 50-day, 100-day, 200-day moving averages. All right, these are some of the MACD. All right, these are some of the indicators that I use. Now, if you had said to me, Mike, you can trade today, but you can only trade with one indicator, what would it be? That one indicator that I would choose would have to be volume. Because volume for me, I think volume analysis is one of the most important aspects of technical analysis because there are certain moments within a chart setup that you want to see volume increase. There's other moments when you want to see volume decrease, right? So that volume analysis can oftentimes help me gauge whether a stock has momentum or not, and can help me determine the quality of a setup that I'm looking at. If it's an A setup, a B setup, or a C setup, you want to have the patience to wait for and identify all of those A setups and put yourself on the right side of that probability. Okay. So there you have it. All right, guys, see, we have a lot of people that are asking questions about options. Guys, don't forget, September 11th, set your reminders from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. Eastern is our Options Palooza event. All right, so for those of you that are interested in learning how to trade options on September 11th, it's totally free for teaching members. It's an all-day long workshop training on options, okay? Our 2 top option traders, Chris Toner and Momin, are going to be holding and hosting that Options Palooza workshop, which is going to be from, like I said, 9 a.m. Eastern until 5 p.m. Eastern on September 11th. It's totally free for all of our TTG members who are all invited. However, it is a TTG only event. All right, you cannot attend if you are not a member of True Trading Group, but if you are a member of True Trading Group, it is totally free for you. All right, this is an absolute must attend for anyone that wants to learn how to trade options. They're going to be going over, beginner options, basic call and put buying, but they're also then going to go into some more advanced option strategies like strangles, straddles, credit spreads, debit spreads, selling covered calls, selling options for income, risk management, selecting strike price, selecting expiration date, proper position sizing, risk management. All these different things are going to be talked about in the Options Palooza workshop. Again, you guys are going to get for an entire day jam-packed educational options training from 2 of our top option pro traders inside of True Trading Group. So make sure you guys set your reminders. Don't forget about it. Hey, Mike, how would you describe the difference in price action in penny stocks from larger caps? Seems like larger caps are accepted as more reliable, and so what makes them different? Algo activity. Great question. Holistic strength. The typically large caps are going to be less volatile because they're more stable. There's a lot less emotional trading that's taking place inside of a large cap than there is taking place inside of a small cap. On the New York Stock Exchange, about 80% of the volume that's transacted on the New York Stock Exchange every single day is done through a computer or an algorithm, which leaves just like probably less than 20% is actually transacted by human. that ratio is much less when it comes to small caps. The percentage of volume that is transacted by human on small caps is higher than the amount of volume transacted by human on large caps. So typically in small caps, you are going to, now still the majority is conducted by computer and algorithm, but it's not as one-sided. That leaves you open then to a lot more emotional trading and a lot more emotional decision making, which will also lead to much more volatile swings in the stock, right? You're going to get a lot more of the stop loss flushes where every single person has their stop loss at the same price. They all trigger, you get this big flush, because typically also that stock is not very liquid. It might be liquid for this particular day, but it's not usually as liquid. It's not usually that liquid on a daily basis. So you have these air pockets where it just creates, you have a smaller float and you have much more emotional trading, and that's going to cause much more violent swings. You're also going to get a lot more day traders are going to be in those stocks. So a lot of the shares that are being bought, they're being flipped. You have traders that go in, they buy, they sell, they buy, they sell, they buy, they sell. There's a lot less of that going on in large caps. In large caps, you're going to get more buy and holds, or you're going to get more sell and go away. You're not going to necessarily get people that are going to step into large caps. Not saying this doesn't happen. Of course, this happens in every single stock, every single day. But the amount of the percentage of the volume that is transacted in a large cap that is going to be flippers, okay, like buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, is going to be less than the percentage of the volume that's transacted in the small cap. So that's why, typically you're going to get much more emotional type of price action in small caps, which creates more volatility. All right, guys, next question. What are warrants? Warrants are going to give you the option to buy shares at a particular price if the stock goes above that price. So if you own $5 warrants, when the stock goes to $8, you can buy shares from the company at $5. So with the warrants, the company is getting the money. Okay, with the warrants, the company's getting the money. It's a way for companies to raise money. With options, the company doesn't get the money. Okay, so when you buy, if you own an option contract, let's say you buy an option contract with a strike price of $10, all right? If the stock goes above $10, let's say the stock's at 12, that option gives you the right to buy shares at $10, but you're buying them from somebody else, an individual, okay? The warrant, you're going to be essentially buying those shares from the company. You're going to be your money is actually going towards the company. It's a way for companies to actually raise money. So if you have $5 strike warrants, if the stock goes to $8, you can then exercise those warrants and you can buy shares at $5. That money goes to the company. Is your mindset important when trading? It's not just important, Chuck. It's everything. It's everything. I literally could spend the next hour just answering this question alone. You guys do not understand how important mindset is when it comes to trading. Unless you're a member of True Trading Group. If you're a member of True Trading Group, then you guys do know. If you're not a member, then just pay attention real quickly, listen up. Psychology, the psychological aspect of trading is what's going to make the difference between a struggling trader and a great trader. The majority of people, and it's funny because I actually tweeted this the other day. I'll actually pull up my tweet. It's funny that you're asking me because I'm about to say the same quote, and I just tweeted it just the other day, and I just want to read that quote that I tweeted. And here's what I said. I go, to see a trader not beaten by the market, but by themselves is a tragedy. Trading is not about right or wrong. It's about probability and controlling emotions. Most people understand technical analysis once taught properly, but not everyone can display the discipline needed to succeed. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, it's at MikeEdward_TTG. Go ahead and give me a follow on Twitter. I'm always posting stuff on there, trade ideas, general market commentary, some useful tips and hints. So you guys can follow me at MikeEdward_TTG. But, you know, the reason why I'm saying that is because everybody sees the same chart. Once you learn how to identify setups, and once you learn how to use the technical indicators and recognize chart patterns, the difference maker is going to be up here. Like when a trader goes from, when you have a trader that, let's say, is making 50 grand a year, then all of a sudden 1 year they make 250. And then let's say they're stuck at 250, 300. Then all of a sudden, you know, 2 years later, all of a sudden they make 500, 600. Those big jumps for traders is not typically because the trader has developed some newfound understanding of Fibonacci levels. It's usually a progression within something mental, something psychological. Everyone sees the same chart. So why is it that I'll look at a stock, you'll look at the same stock, we're going to both use the same indicators, but I'll make money and other people will lose money? How is that? ELYS is a prime example of that in my trade yesterday. I did a whole lesson on this yesterday on how I got into ELYS. I made a nice little profit on the trade. Some other people got into ELYS at the same time that I did, and they lost money on the trade. And how is that? How is that possible if everyone sees the same chart and everyone uses the same indicators? It's because some people don't have the same type of mental discipline to follow the rules. And I can go on and on and on about the rules and discipline and different types of strategies. And these are all things I talk about in my trader psychology course in TTG. In fact, we've actually asked members, we've asked members before, what's your favorite course inside of True Trading Group? And the majority of them have said that it's the trader psychology course. Not enough people talk about trader psychology. I'd say at least 80% of trading is mental. You know, I always say that technical analysis will get you from losing money. So let's say a trader, they start trading, have no idea what they're doing. You're going to be losing money. Once you learn technical analysis, you will now stop losing money. But it's the mental aspect that will get you to be consistently profitable. And that's why I think that it is such an important factor. So it's not just important, it's everything. All right, guys, we'll take a couple more questions before we get it going and move things on. Okay, guys, type your questions right in chat. I mean, they're two entirely different trades. What's the difference in trade setup between ELYS and FU? I'm assuming you're talking about FCUV, not FUGV. I'm assuming you're talking about FCUV, not FUGV. What's the difference in setup? I mean, I'll take you guys to a chart real quick, and I'll just break it down just for just a couple quick minutes. You know, this FCUV, first of all, this FCUV was an extremely, extremely volatile trade, very, very high risk. The stock halted like, I don't know, 15, 20 times today. This stock was halting every couple of minutes. There was a point in time earlier in the day where the stock was actually halted for longer than it was even open for trade. And this setup was just going to be based off of this previous intraday resistance high, which was also your VWAP indicator, and then that stepped in and started to provide you with an area of support later in the day. And then the stock just traded sideways during the day, and then after hours, you're getting a squeeze move after hours. The stock is now extended to new highs. So the stock is now extended to new highs after hours. But ELYS Okay, ELYS yesterday was more of a pennant, more of a. I'll break it down on a 15-minute chart actually, so you can see this a little bit more better, because on the 15-minute chart it was an easier setup to see. On the 15-minute chart. So you had a 15-minute chart, you had a nice little bull flag, nice little pennant pattern that you had formed there on ELYS. And ELYS, I was looking for the bottom support level, which was your last previous test of your trend line on your wedge, as my support level. And that's why that was my stop loss. So they're just two totally different setups. They're two totally different chart patterns. And two completely different levels of volatility when you're talking about how fast the stock was actually moving. I mean, this stock halted a ton of times. All right. So that just about wraps it up there, guys. I think that just kind of wraps up our Q&A. What I would like to do here real quick, guys, I think we've got our guest for the show tonight is just about ready. I think I'm going to go ahead and right now, guys, I'm going to bring on Jason first. Everyone, you guys know Jason, the Wolf of Weed Street, Jason Spatafora. We'll bring him on here. There's the wolf. There he is, buddy. You're so small.
I know.
There he is. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Living the dream.
Nice.
Backed out.
I love
Kids
it.
are sick, but
Kids are sick.
Other than that, good.
You got a haircut though. You like that? That's always good. You look good.
I did get a haircut.
You got the gecko shirt on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it, man. Good stuff. All right, cool, man. Well, listen, I'm excited to have us on here. I'm super excited for our guest. So Jason, why don't you kind of let everybody know who we have joining us here tonight?
Okay. Tonight we have Boris Jordan on, chairman, founder of CURLF, which is the biggest cannabis company, not just in the United States, but actually the world. Look, Boris has a very unique view on the landscape of, not just cannabis, but the market in general. Entrepreneur, builder of companies. So he's a really good guest to have on because he can give an objective perspective on everything.
Yeah.
So he's going to be I'm very excited for this. We had him on for 420 and it was amazing. And, let's see what we can do. I think he might be he can't hear us. So
yeah, actually, I think we might have just lost him actually.
So
yep, there he is. He's back.
Okay. He's back.
There he is.
Boris, can you hear us?
No, I guess not.
Almost.
Hey, Boris, can you hear us?
He said he can see us, but no volume.
Huh.
Well, guys, that's Boris.
Are your speakers? Is his speakers on?
I don't know. I'm not in his house.
Let's see if we can get this. Huh. But he can't hear us.
Maybe on the settings, maybe he has to unmute there.
Well, if he goes on the set, well, he can't hear us, Jason. So we have to type to him in the chat because he can't hear what we're saying.
Got it.
But yeah, Jason, you can try sending him the link to his phone too, and see if maybe we can pull him on his phone, because that way he can log in via Safari.
Got it.
Guys, I'll take another question or two while we're trying to get the audio situated for Boris. If you guys have a question or two, you guys can go ahead and fire away while we try to get Boris back on.
Guys, I can hear you now.
Oh, there we go. We got him.
I got to do it by phone, though. I can do it here by screen, but I got to do it by what happened to the picture? Now everything's gone belly up. What can I do?
Oh, well, because
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he just has to do it on his phone.
Yeah, just stay on.
Stay on the phone, like on speaker. Like you can't be on the phone and then on your computer at the same. There it is. Yep.
There I am.
Well, you got to take it off away from your ear though, so we can see you. Like put it on speaker. Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
All right, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not an expert at this. I had it up on my computer. Working. What can I do?
That's all right.
That's fine. That's fine. You know, as long as we can hear your voice, you know, and we get to ask the questions that we have, then it's fine. You know, we have a great picture of you already with me in my, you know, 4th grade me, and then Mike, and, you know, I got my silver chain, which was cool back in the 80s. You know, and you're like Mr. Drummond, which is great. But welcome back. You know, first we wanted to say welcome back. And you know, look, it's been a crazy spring, and you know, which is kind of par for the course. So we had a bunch of people that sent us questions. You know, obviously we have questions. So let's just jump right into it. All right.
Happy to do it.
All right. So, you know, I want to kind of get this one out first and kind of address the elephant in the room. Okay. You know, as it pertains to safe banking, 280E, and eventual uplisting. So my first question is, in your opinion, are these legislative actions ifs or whens?
Well, there's no question that it's going to happen. And, you know, there's overwhelming pressure in Washington to get this done. The problem, of course, is that there's always more important issues, right? I mean, obviously the fiasco with Afghanistan, you know, has probably put Washington on hold for a month or so, because they're all going to be arguing about, you know, whose fault was that. And, you know, that's never good for legislative agendas. The one good thing behind all of this is I think the Democrats now need a win more than ever before. And so I think they're going to be pushing pretty aggressively on trying to get something done. And this is something that has reasonable bipartisan support, particularly safe banking. And so I do think that we're in good shape from that perspective. But it's never a good thing when you've got, you know, Washington in the condition it's in right now. So I'm very, very hopeful. I am, you know, I still think that we're going to start the discussions in September. They're going to go right through the fall. I haven't changed my view that it's probably end of first quarter to early April solution. It could come earlier, you know, God forbid, you know, we have a, you know, there's rumors around that, you know, the president might resign or something like that. You know, obviously Kamala Harris is much more favorable to legalization of cannabis than Joe Biden is. That would give a big boost to the effort. I'm not saying I want the president to resign by any stretch. That's not my position to say that, but I'm just saying that I think that there's a lot of pressure on DC from everyone, and I think they've got to act, and I think they will act. But will we get full legalization? No way. but will we get safe banking plus? I think we will.
Okay. All right, great. And, that's, an opinion that I have, Mike has, but it's always better to hear it from you rather than from me. But the follow-up to that is, and this is the important part, and so I kind of walked you into a little bit of, not really a trap, but how has the growth been in cannabis despite not having any of those things? So
Again,
has it hindered you? Has it changed things, or is it just gravy?
listen, I think the most important thing for your audience is you got to decide, are you a trader or are you an investor? And this is probably one of the greatest investment opportunities that I've seen in a long time. I mean, just think about it. A lot of these companies are down 35 to 40% from their highs. And some of them are trading at levels where their businesses were half the size that they are today, and they're trading there. So the industry continues to go strength to strength. Companies are getting more profitable. I do think you're going to see a slowdown in growth. But, what do I mean by that? You're going to come down from 300% annual growth or 150% annual growth to, 50 to 75% annual growth. But it's going to be pretty, but you're growing from very large numbers already, right? So, I think that's the most important thing to see is these companies are now growing. CURLF's going to be growing from, $1.25 billion annual revenue number going into next year. And, there's a consensus number of 1.9 billion out there. I'm not saying where we're going to come out in our forecast. I'm just saying that's the consensus number. So if you just look at that, I mean, that's, very, very substantial growth on a very big base. And so this business is still growing. And, with New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut coming online, I feel very good about next year and 23. Very, very good.
Great. Yeah. I think that's something that a lot of people miss. To put it in perspective for everybody listening, I think Q2 2019, you guys did 40 million in revenue. And then Q2 2021, 312 million, which was the biggest revenue number ever put up by a cannabis company, beating the previous record, which was Q1 of 2021 by CURLF. So, I mean, so what is the secret sauce then for CURLF? Is it, early M&A, which I think that people don't fully understand, and how those margins are starting to pay off? Or is it the combination of, some of that M&A and these brands like Select or, the acquisition of Los Sueños, and just a TAM, total addressable market that's just expanding?
Listen, I think, Jason, I've been around for a long time. This 30 years. This is my fifth, multi-billion-dollar business that I've built, and I can tell you right now that CURLF has a different strategy than our competitors, and I am absolutely confident in my strategy. And that is that at this stage of development of a business, you got to go for market share and revenue growth. There's plenty of time to slow your growth down and go for, EBITDA margin and net income. And I don't even look at those numbers. I'm going to be honest with you, between you and me. Obviously, the market's for it, but my whole thing is I want to build the biggest brands in the industry. And I remember when, very well, in 2010, I think it was, Bezos was being attacked by every analyst there is on the planet, that his business isn't making money, that it'll never make money, that it's a pyramid scheme, the whole thing. And then he stopped investing for 1 quarter, and he produced a $5 billion net income number. Everybody went, oh my God, look at that. He's like, okay, can I get back to building my business now? And that was it, right? And then everybody understood that and believed in it. And CURLF's strategy is a growth strategy. And what's happened on the back of that growth strategy is now the margins, because of our size, are starting to come up too. So, I didn't look, and frankly, I'm not going to name names, but I talked to I took a sanity check about, a month ago, and I called 2 or 3 of the biggest investors on the planet that have backed my other public companies in the past. And I said to them, I said, guys, am I getting this right? Why is everybody obsessed with, EBITDA and net income in a market where, you're paying a 55% tax rate and you're buying companies almost every 2 weeks, and so your amortization depreciation's high? Why is everybody focused? And they're like, Boris, because it's a very unsophisticated market with very unsophisticated analysts that don't understand what growth businesses are. And so I will tell you, CURLF strategy is all about building for the future, building our growth. But what's happening now is that our margins are kind of starting to creep up because of the fact that we have scale. So we went 400 basis points on our U.S. business in margin last quarter, from first to second quarter, from 24% to 28%. You're going to see another substantial increase. But again, that's not my real focus. And by the way, net income is a stupid number in cannabis because you got depreciation, amortization, stock-based compensation, and taxes, at 55%. That why does anyone even look at the net income number? I don't even understand that. And by the way, CURLF will be net income positive probably in the third and fourth quarters, but I don't even look at that number because it's just not relevant to what we're doing today in terms of building our footprint and building our platform and making all the acquisitions that we're making.
That's a very good answer. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, it's funny. Boris, I'm glad that you just said about like the unsophisticated market right now, the unsophisticated investor, because like I actually was going to have a follow-up question to what Jace was saying about like your Q2 numbers. And again, congratulations on another record quarter. And we've seen like all these record earnings, but from many of the large MSOs this quarter, for even not CURLF numbers, but even other MSOs having their own record quarters for them as a company. But I was going to say, like, how do you reconcile this with like what you're seeing in the stock prices over these past several months, even though you're getting such tremendous growth quarter over quarter, and like you said from earlier, the business themselves are so much bigger now than where they were the last time that the stocks were at these prices. Like, why is it that you think that the stock prices are not reacting to the numbers that are coming out? Do you think it's just like the unsophisticated market still?
So let me. This is a great question. I'll answer it in two parts. The first part, I'm going to address just the market dynamic. So the market dynamic right now is very, very simple. What you have going on is think about it as TAM, but in terms of investors. You have a limited group of investors that can actually own these stocks. And I'm not giving you exact numbers, but let's just put it into perspective. The global equity market and investors that have access to the global market is in the trillions and trillions of dollars. The investors that can buy equities around the world. The investors that can buy U.S. MSOs is probably like $10 billion for the whole market. So and people right now are playing games in this market, right? They're shorting one stock, buying another one, and it's the same group of people going in and out of these stocks because the big investors at the moment, some are getting access, but many can't get access. And so that's the real problem. And so I don't even look, to be honest, and I know this is probably the wrong forum to say this, I don't give a shit right now, sorry, about where the stock's. As a matter of fact, every time the stock dips, I can tell you, smart people are buying these companies, particularly the ones that are executing the great level, because it's free money. And what will happen is people won't even realize how quick this will flip when you get safe banking or you get another watershed event. So for instance, once somebody is like, for instance, there's rumors in the market that one of the big money center banks that shut down trading, I found this out just this morning, called a couple of guys I know and said, we're reopening trading. If that happens, you will see just a fundamental reevaluation in these stocks because they're trading way below where they should be trading if you compare them to any other industry in the consumer goods space that's growing with the kind of margins that we have. And so we're still early stage, and that's what many investors don't understand. This is the early stage of the development of the market. But these stocks will run, they will revalue. based on the fundamentals, and the stock prices always catch up to the fundamentals. Trust me, in 30 years of building companies, this is not the first time I've seen this. Stock prices always catch up to the fundamentals of the business. And as long as the fundamentals continue to expand, and as long as these companies continue to do well, you will see that more and more money will get attracted. Listen, there's nothing you can find in the U.S. equity market that's as attractive as this right now. And I tell you, I talk to every day to big investors, every single day. They all want to get into this sector. And when that $1 trillion or multiple $1 trillion can get access, you're going to get the opposite. You're going to get an unhealthy rally, short cover rally, that's going to overvalue these stocks way beyond what they're actually worth. And eventually, the equilibrium will be met, and these stocks will start to trade on normal metrics with the equity markets and normal fundamentals. But right now, it's skewed one way. 3 months from now, it could skew the other way. But I can't focus on that. My focus has to be in continuing to build the fundamentals of this business. And I've never been more excited. And, you know, CURLF is constantly looking for growth. That's why we made the European investment. We've never been happier about that move. There's so much opportunity out there. I've been spending a considerable amount of time. You'll also soon hear a lot of stuff happening for CURLF in the U.S. as well. There's so much more opportunity. We're very comfortable with where we are. And we're just sitting and building these businesses quarter after quarter, quarter after quarter, watching our results get better. And that's what we think is the most important thing.
I love it. I love it. Boris, man. Awesome answer. Thank you very much for that. I actually, being an investor myself, Jason is an investor. We have, you know, thousands of members of the True Trading Group community. I know are investors as well. And something that I speak to them just from experience myself. Like when I used to work at the hedge fund, I was not allowed and authorized to purchase over-the-counter securities. So you have a lot of institutions that are not able to come in and get access to the U.S. equities. And you also have even Robinhood. You know, everyone that has a Robinhood account, you see about everything that went crazy with all the rise of the retail investor, but a lot of people on Robinhood are not able to take advantage. And I think that, you know, that long-term vision is something that myself.
About when that happens. I know, for instance, Citadel and Robinhood are working on getting access to international markets right now.
Yeah.
I know that. Can you imagine the day? And the problem is none of us will know what day that's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to be announced, and then you're going to see this massive short cover rally, right? And that's what's going to happen. And that's why I'm not really looking. I mean, listen, CURLF today traded 6.9 million between our Canadian and U.S. lines. I mean, guys, that's a private stock.
Yeah. Yep. Cool, man. Awesome. I have another question for you, actually, Boris. So New Jersey, I don't know if you know, it's not New Jersey. You can probably tell by my accent, but New Jersey's my home state. And obviously, you know, I'm an investor in this sector, in this space. I'm an investor in CURLF. My question for you is, how long do you think until the entire state is selling recreational cannabis? And do you think that the market is underestimating like any spillover from bordering states like New York and Pennsylvania? And then last part of that question, since I'm talking about New York, with Cuomo now out, do you think the time frame for them to go adult use happens sooner than later?
So I just spent all of yesterday in New Jersey. I drove up and down. I saw all of our grows. We have 2 grows, 3 stores there. I spent time with the governor's office. I spent time with all the mayors. So here's the good news is that all the cities that CURLF are opting in. So, you know, we're not going to have that problem that maybe, you know, one of the cities decides not to opt in. So they're all going to opt in. We think that most of them will be opt in by what we think is the start date, which will be November. It may be that one of them has a little bit more paperwork to do, and that'll happen by December, January, but they're all opting in. So that's one thing, which is really good for CURLF. I can't speak for my other colleagues in the other companies, but for CURLF, that was always a potential risk, and we don't, you know, they're all opting into the program. So that's good. The second thing is I went and visited all my facilities, all my stores yesterday. We are so ready. It's unbelievable. I mean, we got more products and plant material to that launch than anyone in the market. And one of the things that the governor said is he doesn't want to launch the program until he knows that the medical program can be fully supplied before they do adult use, so that the adult use customers don't cannibalize it. Well, I can tell you, CURLF alone, with our capacity, can supply twice the existing medical market in New Jersey. So
Wow.
there is no risk of not having enough product for the medical market, and that's just CURLF. And I know some of our competitors also have pretty decent capacity. So I think we're going to meet that, and that means if all things go well, we may have a start date, no guarantee, but they're trying to target for the existing operators a start date by November. So,
Wow.
you know, I think latest January, but I think it could happen as early as November. So that's very exciting in terms of, you know, the business. And as I said, we've got a lot of capacity. We've got a lot of products. All our stores are completely converted to adult use. Like, so CURLF's absolutely ready for that moment to happen. So all good news out of New Jersey. I think they're doing a great job. The regulators fully incentivized to get this thing going. They want to get the tax revenues. Every mayor I met is dying to get the tax revenues from this business. So, and it's real meaningful stuff. I mean, there are cities with, you know, $15 million budgets that are going to get $1 million a year from CURLF in those towns, given the business we anticipate doing. That's just a huge part of their budgets. So they're very excited about it. So this is really good. There's a lot of incentive in getting this thing up and operational. On New York, too early to speak at the moment. The governor immediately appointed, I think they announced today, the new head of the program and the chairman of the program and the head of the program. So she did more in 2 days in office than Cuomo did in 3 years in office. So, you know, I think actions speak better than words, and she's acting. So she hasn't given us a timeline yet, but within our first week, she appointed 2 people to run the program, which the governor couldn't do for almost a year.
Wow.
So she's on it. I think the program's going to get launched. I think that it's a bigger state than New Jersey. It's more complex. I don't think it gets launched in the first half of the year. I was always calling it as a January 23. With this governor, though, it could happen earlier. That's how fast she's acting.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. And yeah, last time we had you on, we were talking about Arizona. And I don't think anybody, and you know, you actually kind of tipped us off when we talked about foot traffic in Arizona, and how it was just doubling. I don't think anybody anticipated how quickly Arizona would grow, let alone how fast New Jersey and New York will grow. So that's really exciting.
Big difference between New Jersey and Arizona. And let me tell you what it is. Arizona had a very expansive medical program. And so we only saw a double. And we anticipated that in our numbers, at least, that it was going to be about a double, because the penetration was about 8% in the medical program, which is the highest in the country, because it was a very liberal program. And so, but New Jersey and New York look a lot more like Illinois, very restrictive medical programs with very low penetration, less than 1% penetration, way less than 1%. So the growth rate in New Jersey especially is going to be parabolic, because you've got Pennsylvania and CURLF. All 3 of our stores are on the border of Pennsylvania. Our main store is it's in a suburb of Philly, 10 minutes out of central Philly. You can imagine the traffic, not only Jersey traffic, but also Pennsylvania traffic we're going to get for recreational in those 3 stores that are all on the Pennsylvania border. The 2 stores are 20 minutes from Philly, and 1 store is in Philly, basically, but on the New Jersey side. So, you know, New Jersey is going to be a 10-fold increase in demand overnight, whereas Arizona was 100% increase. So, you know, I'm expecting New Jersey to go from a, you know, $180 to $200 million medical program to, you know, $1.5 billion to $2 billion within 12 months. So it's very exciting. New Jersey is going to be a really exciting market.
Okay. Well, that's I wasn't looking at it that way. I wasn't giving I guess enough attention to the types of programs that they were running. So another question, and I think this is a good one, and you might enjoy it. So we always hear companies north of the border saying that they're going to come in and invest in MSOs, either saying that they're going to come in and buy something, or maybe buy an option on a company like Canopy did with TerraSend. So I guess the question is, do you think that that's going to happen in possibly in that iteration, or do you think that the moat in the U.S. is too big, and that all the M&A is really going to be between U.S. companies, either public or private, or just the bigger MSOs? So is the moat just too big?
Listen, it's by the time, here's the issue. So you've had Kronos, Canopy do deals where they buy through derivative transactions certain minority stakes in these companies, trying to lock up their position. So, and they bought, notice, and Tilray. They bought a piece of MedMen, 20% for Tilray. That's one thing nobody understands. They didn't buy control. They bought a 20% piece of Tilray. And a company which, between all of us, I looked at 4 times and did massive deep dive due diligence and did not buy. So that's what they bought. Canopy got Acreage and TerraSend through that structure, and Kronos did Pharmacant, private company, through that structure. Notice none of the major players participated in any of these deals. The problem is that they can't invest in the business. They can only buy secondary shares. So those investments aren't helping those companies while safe banking is not in place. It doesn't help them in any way. It's just a secondary. So they're basically flipping stock, but they're not getting any of the benefits of these companies as partners. That's issue number 1. Issue number 2 is that by the time we get even a rumor of safe banking, which stocks are going to trade at a massive premium? The Canadians or the US MSOs? It's going to be the US MSOs. So the Canadians are smart. They're taking small little stakes right now to get their foot in the water, so they'll get some kind of positioning. But they're not going to get, they're not going to be able to touch the top operators, because we're going to be trading at 4 or 5 times their value because of the market that we're in and we have access to compared to the market that they're in. So there's no way they can actually acquire any one of us. They might be able to buy some of the smaller players, but frankly, even the small players, in my opinion, are going to trade at a premium to them. So it's a very difficult situation. And I personally think that, the Canadian players have it rough because of the moat, and they're going to have it rough getting it in. I don't think they're going to be able to get in a meaningful way. And let's be honest, they're like one state for us and not a very profitable one. So, I remember a conversation I had in 2018 with Bruce Linton, when I went to go up and see him, and he was trying to, making a buy CURLF. And I said, Bruce, I'm not sure who's buying who here. And, he looked at me and he thought I was insane because I was worth $2 billion at the time and he was worth like 15. Well, now we're $8.5 billion and he's 6. So, I was right. And it's just a simple thing. You just got to look at the size of our markets and the size of their market. And yes, they have access to U.S. capital markets, but that's a short-term thing. They don't have the businesses to back up their valuations anyway at this point in time.
Yeah. And that brings up like a really, good point. If we're valuing MSOs, or let's say top tier MSOs, from like a multiple standpoint, how do you look at it? Do you look at it as, a CPG company? Because the Canadian companies are trading at like 20 multiples with massive amounts of debt, tons of write down, they're cleaning up stuff in Canada. So I want to be fair, but they're still trading at these crazy high multiples. So, my question is, if let's say you don't even know that you're looking at CURLF's financials, okay, and you're looking at it in a vacuum, what type of CPG multiple does CURLF trade at? If you even think it should be trading on like a CPG multiple.
I mean, listen, I think that obviously we're a CPG company. We should trade at CPG, but we're high growth CPG, right? So it's very different. I mean, you know, there isn't an analog today to what CURLF is in the CPG markets, but we are a CPG company. Let's not try to portray that we're something we're not. We're CPG businesses, all of us, but we're CPG businesses in a brand new industry that got launched, you know, 5 years ago, that has, you know, a $100+ billion market in the U.S. and a $200+ billion market in Europe, that, you know, is starting from scratch. So our growth rates are going to be absolutely, you know, very, very heightened for some time to come. As I said, in the U.S., I think, you know, they'll start to come down a little bit because it's unrealistic to grow 300% a year. But I do think there's still going to be very, very high double-digit growth rates. And the European market is just getting going. That one's about to hit in the next 12 months to 18 months. Is going to start hitting triple-digit growth rates. I mean, in the UK, our business is growing 45% a month right now. Now, it's from a small base, don't get me wrong, but it's growing 45% every single month, month on month. So that's just going to show you that that's going to be a big business. Germany, as it comes out of lockdown, we think will do the same thing. Israel's growing at 25%. So these markets are really starting to accelerate in Europe, and they're going to start producing the kind of growth rates we saw in the U.S. from a smaller base. But everybody needs to understand one thing. There's one thing to grow, you know, 20%, you know, year on year, quarter on quarter from a low base. But when you're growing 20%, like CURLF did last quarter, from $260 million to $312 million, that's a hell of a lot harder than growing 20% from $100 million to $120 million, right? It's a much bigger base. So the fact that we can maintain these types of growth rates in this business is just really astronomical. And for that reason, we should be trading at multiples much higher. If we were trading in the U.S., we'd probably trade at a 30 times to 40 times multiple from where we're trading today, which is 10, 15 times multiple, right? Depending on the day and the volatility. But that's what you're going to see. And the Canadian companies, they don't even trade off of any kind of fundamental multiples. They trade off a sales multiple, right? Because, you know, they don't have any EBITDA and they don't have any net income. So they trade, not that I think that, again, I don't want to reiterate, I don't think net income is a good measure for a whole host of reasons. But I think that EBITDA is a good measure, and I think revenue is a good measure. But I mean, you know, you just can't compare the Canadian companies to the U.S. companies because of our growth profile. You just can't. I mean, these guys are writing off money, bleeding everywhere. I'm trying to get, you know, basically diluting their investors on a weekly basis with cash. They're not diluting their investors with buying good assets. They're diluting investors by constantly raising money to cover their cash burn. There's a big difference between dilution when you're buying accretive assets. If I'm buying an asset at 5.5 times EBITDA and I'm trading at 14 times EBITDA, that's very accretive to me. If I'm going out and raising capital every 2 weeks and I'm not doing anything except covering losses in my business, I'm not adding any value to my investors. That's the big difference.
It's funny you said 30 to 40, and I'm gonna share a little story about Mike, because he called me like 2 weeks ago, and he's getting his hair cut at like 10:30 at night, and he has his barber at his house, and I'm like, and I hear zzz, and he's like, what do you think? Yeah, tell my buddy what you think about what the multiple should be on CURLF. And I said 30 to 40. So thank you. So
hey, Mike, I got to tell you, I think all of my barbers are in the CURLF stock, just so you know.
Listen, I'll tell you, Boris, mine is now too.
So it's funny. So we appreciate it. And then, you know, now I want to kind of ask you from a standpoint of, you know, as somebody that has, you know, built 5 or so, you know, companies, you know, as part of the 3 Comma Club. You know, one of the things I think about this market is really understanding the opportunity. So, you know, how important is a platform like True Trading Group, you know, where we have a very educated group of people that's aware of seasonality, that, you know, that can crunch numbers, understands arbitrage, understands some of the games. How valuable is something like that in the market? And not just for cannabis, but for investing in general, because, you know, I think that you could speak to this about understanding opportunity and, you know, and also understanding the game of patience and value. So I guess, you know, how great is a platform like True Trading Group, you know, when it comes to education for people out there?
I mean, I spend at least 50% of my day educating investors about this market, and that the fact that I'm still doing this 5 years after, you know, we are 3 years after we went public, but 5 years since I started running CURLF is an incredible thing, because it just shows you how much more investors need to be educated, and they're constantly looking for it. So I get inbound calls regularly. I got 3 today of investors that want to learn about the industry. And so I get on these calls and I talk about the industry. I talk about CURLF. I talk about, you know, everything that's going on. So everything you can do about education is so important, because, you know, let's be honest, people, you know, a lot of investors, unfortunately, particularly retail investors, and that's what worries me, really don't have a great education of what they're buying. And we need to create more platforms like yours and like many others that are out there to educate these investors and give them access to these markets, and so that they can make good decisions. I basically called the retail revolution many years ago. I got to tell you a funny story. I was you know, talking about how the role retail is going to play in CURLF. And everybody was telling me, my advisors, my IR firm, they're like, Boris, why are you wasting your time? You know, you've never, you know, and I'll be honest, in the past, I never worried about retail, because all the other companies I built, like my data center business, Telecity, you know, all my investors were large scale institutional investors. You know, maybe 2-3% of our market cap was retail. Well, you know, I started seeing this retail wave entering the market, and pandemic really increased it. And I think it's a great thing, because finally retail is going to get to profit, at least in cannabis, before the big institutions do. Because I've been on Wall Street for 30 years and retail always got screwed. And the fact that retail is now getting access to these markets and can get into these deals and participate in them before the big wave of big money is a huge, huge plus for the retail. I don't know whether it'll ever happen again. This is a unique situation that retail gets involved. And by the way, you know, I think a lot of these meme stocks and stuff have been in my opinion, a problem, because I don't think they're great investments. And I think that there's been a game that's been played. And I think that the institutions are prodding retail, and I'm worried that retail is going to end up holding the bag in some of these things that's out there. But not in cannabis, because they're getting in before all the shenanigans start, and they're being able to buy. And by the way, if there's some small Canadian hedge funds that are shorting, say thank you, because they're going to be the ones that are going to be trying to cover this when there's going to be a trigger event, and retail is going to benefit from it. And so I follow you guys on Twitter. When I get a chance, I try to read the stuff your followers are writing. And the thing I just want to tell everybody, this is a generational money-making opportunity. Have a little patience. It is going to pay off, and it's going to be a big deal across the board. And all the top companies in this sector are well-run businesses by really conscientious, smart people. And so I think they're going to do well in this industry. You know, CURLF, I want to be the leader. I'm obsessed with it. I was told by one of my colleagues yesterday that I'm a maniac, that I still work as hard as I do. I don't work for, you know, it's not going to change my lifestyle or my kids' lifestyle. I love what I do. I love to build companies. This is a super exciting. While I can still do it, you know, I'm 55. I still want to keep doing it. I love this industry. I think it's going to be a fantastic play. And I think you just have to focus on be careful, buy on dips, continue to average your position down or average up if it goes up. This is going to pay off. Don't bet all your money ever on any one position, but I think you will do very well in this sector. And guys, what you guys are doing by talking about this, by putting up analytics, is super important, because there's no banks covering this that retail has access to. So they depend on you guys to do that.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Oh man, Boris, I got like goosebumps like while you were saying a lot of those things. It's like I'm so, you and I are just so on the same page with everything, like the importance of educating the retail trader and the retail investor, and just, you know, Jason and I just specifically always kind of sharing the information about the cannabis space, and he and I being invested. And I think it's so important for these people to get educated, because this market is such a wealth building opportunity for people. But so many people just dive into, and just the markets in general, they just dive into the markets in general, thinking it's a get rich quick scheme, listening to someone, some post they read on a social media board, but don't actually know what they're doing. And we at True Trading Group really focus on educating the retail investor and bridging the gap. And like you said, like the retail trader has always been screwed. And now like this opportunity with the cannabis space, and I'm glad you kind of made the analogy, because I always tell people about IPOs. Retail traders get screwed on IPOs. When like, okay, we do the IPO at $60 a share, and who gets in the day before? All the institutions get in $60 a share. Then the stock opens up for trade at 75, and then retail traders step in at 75, and you get to watch on CNBC, oh, great IPO day, but the stock closed at 70. And like, yeah, that's great for the institutions, bad for the retail trader. And it's like, we always want to make sure that we can educate people to level that playing field, to help them identify opportunities. And we are glad to identify the opportunity that there is in the cannabis space, specifically with CURLF. And it was a blast and an honor having you on here sharing your knowledge and your experience, not only in the cannabis space, but just as an overall and successful businessman, investor, and someone that's been on Wall Street for 3 decades. It's a pleasure having you on here to kind of share your wisdom with us and the rest of the group.
I'm always happy to come on with you guys. You guys run a great business and a great informative platform. And so anytime you guys want to have this conversation, thank you very much, and keep up the work, guys. And peace and love. Checking out.
Thanks a lot, Boris.
Bye, Boris.
Have a great night, man.
I love that guy.
Great guy, man. Just a great guy. You know, I love listening. You know, I love hearing it from, and I think it's great for our members to really kind of hear it directly from Boris and people like Boris. You know, you and I come on here and you know, we give our, like, listen, CURLF is my largest cannabis investment in my long-term portfolio. I will continue to add to that position over time. It is the biggest one that I have, but it's nowhere near the size that I want it to get to. And I will be continuing to add to that position. I know Jason's is still your largest, or is there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So CURLF is Jason and I's largest cannabis positions. I believe that.
You know, and it's, you know, and one of the things that we kind of touched on is, you know, the reason I like it, which is the reason you like it, because I force you to buy these, is because, you know, look, they spent, they diluted the company in 2019 and 2018. They made these giant acquisitions, which people didn't get. And that's why you see their margin going up, you know? So they're putting up, I mean, for a company to go from 266 million to 312 million, that's hard. That's big growth. And, you know, look, I also like the fact that every share that Boris has is a share that he paid for, which a lot of people don't realize. You know, the guy put his own money into the deal. Not even the deal. He is the deal. He hasn't sold a share. He's like, oh, I got to pay taxes. He's not selling stock to pay taxes. Yeah, he doesn't, you know, give a what. He's just like, yeah, I'll pay taxes with something else, you know? And the guy's an aggressive, the guy's a shark. You know, he's like a teddy bear on here and we love him. But, you know, the guy's business is so big in the United States that he could go into other markets where, you know, like Florida. And he could be like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to go discounts across the board. Why? Because I'm making 300 million somewhere else. And I'm going to gain market share. I'm going to, you know, like my goal is, you know, customer acquisition, you know, and like EMAC, Europe, you know, the guy did a deal, basically had somebody else pay for it, you know, in a market that's like the United States 3 years ago, 2 years ago. So think about that. If CURLF was doing 40 million 2 years ago, and now they're doing 300 million, what do you think the growth is going to be like for one of the biggest operators in Europe? So it's going to be insane. But, you know, look, he made a really great point. You know, like right now it's like investing in private companies. And to what you were saying, like you know, on an IPO, it's retail that gets screwed. This is like retail. This is like investing in an IPO.
Yes, exactly.
It's like an IPO.
Exactly. It's almost like yes.
Institutions, they have to buy their stock from us.
Right. Exactly.
Okay?
There's so many, and Boris hit it right on the head. There's so many institutional players that want to get involved, but can't. Guys, I'm telling you, I worked at a fund. I was not allowed, when I worked at the fund, I was not allowed to buy an OTC stock. I was not allowed. I couldn't. Even if I wanted to buy an OTC stock, I couldn't do it. Okay? I couldn't do it. So the only option is just it trades in Canada. But guys, you know, there's restrictions on this. And I'm telling you, once every hedge fund out there is able to buy these stocks, when that day comes, it's over. It's going to be essentially the tables are flipped, because in an IPO, the way that IPOs work, before the stock starts trading, they do what's called pre-IPO raises. They raise money before the stock goes public at different valuations. You either have to be an institution or a high net worth individual, an accredited investor, to take part in those pre-IPOs. And now it's the hedge funds that get in at the $40 round, the $50 round, the $60 round, and the stock goes public at 75, and then you can buy it at 75. Well, guess what? Right now, it's a lot of the hedge funds, institutions that can't buy CURLF at 12 bucks if they wanted to, but we can. And then when the day comes that they are able to buy, well, now the stock's 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 22, and now they can come in and buy, and we'll be the ones that were there first. Yeah, not many times you get an opportunity like that.
Mike, before I go, CURLF is trading at like a 5 multiple. What is a 40 multiple?
Okay. It's like $100.
How many times does 5 go into 40? Okay, now you do that division. Now multiply that times the price, and there you go.
So is it?
Okay?
So 8.
I'm going to leave on that note.
It's literally $96 a share.
I know. It's crazy.
$96 a share. That would be that multiple, a $40 multiple. It's a $12.
All right.
All right, man.
Is out. I'll see you guys later.
Thanks for joining me tonight, bro. A great interview.
Don't forget, talk about Roku and how I left so much money because I was doing the smart thing.
Right. Hey, smart, prudent. Later, man. Oh man, guys, good stuff. What a stream. I love having, I'm going to try to do this, I love having special guests on these live streams. It's like I said, my goal on these live streams, I want to provide you guys with education. I want to provide you guys with lessons, right? I want you guys to know, either I want you guys to get information that can either help you make better trading decisions, or in this case, better investing decisions, and let you guys know what we are doing and where we are. Guys, what I would like to do here real quick, do me a favor. I want to see who's on the live stream right now that is not a member of True Trading Group. If you are not a member of True Trading Group, type the letters TTG. Type the letters TTG in chat right now if you are not a member of True Trading Group. We got Neil Go, we got Brian, Timothy McNally, Net Distro, Franklin Lasprilla, David Carstedt, Electrified Biker, Pablo Sousa, Lady Trader. Lady Trader, first time that she has heard of us. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today's your lucky day. Jock Jams, we got Claudia, we got Eric Rudnick, Rubens Forte, we got Renetta, Angie Sweet, Daniel Templeman, sorry. Mike OG, IB, Purple Midnight, Army Vet, Bogey, Soren Monta, Holden. Great, guys. A lot of non-members that are joining us here today. A lot of our non-members. Guys, real quick. Guys, you guys realize that this just kind of hit me. A billionaire. That's with a B. B as in boy. Just came on our live stream and endorsed True Trading Group's platform and what we are doing here to educate the retail investor. This is someone that's been on Wall Street for over 30 years. This is someone that's built multiple billion-dollar businesses and has had many public companies in the past, listed on the New York Stock Exchange, and just came on and endorsed what we're doing here at True Trading Group. I told you our goal is to disrupt this entire industry, folks. Everyone wants to make money, right? Well, you just had a billionaire talk about what he does and what we do, and how this can be a wealth building opportunity for the retail trader, a generational wealth building opportunity. And not even just speaking about the cannabis market in general, but just the stock market as a whole. It provides an opportunity to bridge the gap to the 1%. The stock market is a means of which tremendous wealth is built over time. But so few people are involved. Only about like half of Americans own stocks. You know how crazy that is? Only about half. That means half the population is missing out on one of the greatest ways to generate and build wealth over generations. Just like buying a house and owning property is a way for you to build wealth over generations. So is the stock market. And it's our mission here at True Trading Group to help retail traders see through the bullshit, because there's so much nonsense out there. There's so many furus that don't know their ass from the elbow. They claim to teach you something. They don't actually teach you anything. They've never done this professionally a day in their life. They've been trading in a dorm room or their mother's basement for a few years. They put together some fancy, shiny sales package and convince you that they're going to teach you how to become a millionaire. It's nonsense. Our goal is to create a platform for you, a platform for members and for True Trading Group and for retail investors and traders that you can actually get an education, the same education that I received when I worked at a hedge fund in New York. That is where I learned how to do this. I didn't figure this stuff out on my own. But we're a platform meaning that we're taking the top tools and resources that can help you to make better informed decisions. And we put them all on one platform for you, so you have access to all of it. Tools that in the past were only institutions had access to some of these tools, like a full book level 2 and a social sentiment scanner. You guys are going to have access to all of these things now as a member of True Trading Group. And what I'd like to do here real quick, actually, you guys have just for a couple of minutes, I want to bring on my partner and co-founder of True Trading Group, Adam, just real quick, guys, just to walk you through We've done this the last couple of nights. We kind of shared some new features that we're adding to the platform, but we got a lot of new people that are on the live stream tonight. I want you guys to understand some of the things that are included on the TTG platform and some of the new features that were being added. So just real quick, just a couple of minutes. Guys, for those that don't know, here's Adam. We call him SUGE in True Trading Group, my partner and co-founder of TTG.
Nope. Hey. Sorry.
What a great interview, man. What a great interview. I got Boris is awesome, man.
Yeah, he's fantastic. He's fantastic. So first thing I want to say is for everyone that joined me in the town hall after for everyone that joined me in the town hall after the chat today, thank you. What we did is today is we went into the town hall and I encouraged the members that were in there to, be real honest, give a bunch of feedback. We do this all the time. So, one of the things that we're notorious for in True Trading Group is involving our members in the process of True Trading Group, right? As a business and as a community. That's how we got to where we are now. So I just want to say thanks to everyone that participated. It was fantastic. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, as Mike said, there was a lot of new people on tonight. So today was actually the first full day that all of our new tools that I showed you were made available, specifically the live scanner. So at True Trading Group, let me share my screen here. All right. So at True Trading Group, what we've done here is we've gone ahead and we have taken all the top tools out there. Benzinga, Quote Media, real-time data, Mike, rattle it off while I get this ready, would you?
Yeah, sure. TradingView, Quote Media, Trade Ideas.
Yeah. So what it is that we've done is we went out to these companies and we said, listen, we want to go ahead and we want to be able to offer your products to our members at no additional cost. That's what we wanted. And that's exactly what we ended up doing. It took us a while. But we offer just like the cable company, so to speak, right? So like what we do is we offer like Trade Ideas, TradingView, Benzinga Pro, and real-time data, ETNA's, simulator, everything as part of your True Trading Group membership for free, included with your membership. And what you're seeing on the screen right now is our new scanner. Okay, this is all real-time post-market and pre-market data. This is our one of our presets. We have many different presets. You can also go ahead. You can make your own scanners and save them. And essentially, what this is all the best features of FinViz Elite combined with the power of Quote Media's real-time data. And you come in here. You can make your own scanners, submit it, you save it, and then you can access it time and time again. What's very cool about this as well is that on top of this, we also offer you Trade Ideas. So during the day, you have full access to Trade Ideas as well. Okay, so you get both of these things. What's cool about our scanner is that you can come into our scanner and starting essentially tomorrow, the mods will be able to create their own scanners and share them with the group. So that way, instead of just getting like a lot of these companies, what they'll do is they'll say, hey, we're going to give you our scanner setup, right? We're going to give you our scanner setup. What we're saying is, well, no, we're not going to give you our scanner setup. We're going to give you our scanners, in real time, and they can share it with everyone. So that's pretty cool. That's something that's new. Also, going live tomorrow, the mods will now be able to mark up their charts and then save them and push them to you in real time. I told you that was going live this week. That is going live tomorrow, okay? So I will try and get in early and prep the professor, Jason Simmons, on before the Morning Colada Club so he can walk you guys through it. But most likely that'll be Friday morning. But I will try and get in early enough to prep him on it, and so that you guys can start using it first thing tomorrow morning. I mean, Mike, you want to talk about this? I mean, this is big.
Yeah, guys. I mean, you're gonna be able now with these new features for a moderator to be able to mark something up on charts and push it out to all of the members. You're also going to be able, so that now this way, for those of you that are following along and maybe that are new, you'll be able to get, so when a moderator says, hey guys, look at this chart pattern, look at support here, resistance here, you're going to be able to get a chart pushed out to you where you can see it drawn out on the screen. So there's no discrepancy with you trying to identify it on your own. For those of you that are new and are just starting to learn, this is a really, really, really important tool to really speed up the learning curve and help avoid some costly early mistakes. You're also going to have the ability for the moderators to now send you, like Adam was talking about with our scanner, to send you our scan settings. So if you guys wonder, how is it that a particular—
No, not just the settings, literally the scan.
Right, literally the scan itself. So like you guys will have the scanner, okay, that we are making on that custom scan from our partners with Quote Media's real-time data, with the same functionality from FinViz Elite. These are some of the top companies that are out there, guys, and we are putting all of this on the platform for you.
Also, one of the things we did is through our partners at Quote Media, we get cumulative analyst ratings and data. So you guys heard Boris talk about the importance of deep dive due diligence, right? So taking AMBA, for example, you can click on it from the scanner. It opens up another window here, and you get all the corporate information, charts, so on and so forth. But you also get all the company news, all the SEC filings that you can download. Check it out. Boom. You get all the price history, corporate events of the company, all the corporate financials since inception. Okay. Also, like I said, you get the analyst ratings. These are cumulative analyst ratings. Okay.
Guys,
and if you want to see,
Adam, just real quick, I just want to make sure you guys understand how useful this information is, because when a stock comes up on your scanner, you will be able to literally just click on it and see this information. So you'll be able to see, let's say 18 different analysts cover this particular stock. You're going to be able to see how many of them have a buy rating on the stock, how many have a sell rating, how many have a hold. That information is so useful for you, especially those of you that, let's say you work full-time jobs and you guys are really focusing on swing trading, and a stock pops up on the scanner that you're thinking about possibly buying for a swing trade where you're going to hold on to it for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, and you're trying to catch directional trend. This is a great way to line up the analysis and say, okay, if I think I want to be long AMD for a swing trade, let me go and take a look at right here, all the analyst ratings. How many analysts have a buy rating? Of 22 analysts that cover AMD, 20 have a buy rating. I don't know what the numbers are. I'm just giving you an example. That can give you the added confidence to actually pull the trigger on that trade. Like, this information is so useful for you guys to help make your trading and investment decisions. And I'm just so excited to bring this stuff to the TeachD platform.
Also, you can save all of this. It takes about 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. There we go. And all of it gets saved for you guys right here. So you could save these right to your desktop, have all the information with the click of a mouse, no problem. Okay. In addition to this, Mike, if you want to just go over the platform with them real quick.
Yeah. Honestly, like, since I'll run through everything.
All right. So first of all, guys, at True Trading Group, we give away. Here, Mike, talk about the giveaway real quick.
Yeah, guys, every time we get 300 new members in True Trading Group, we give away a brand new Tesla or $30,000 cash. We are going to be doing this September 12th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern live. You guys can set your reminders now, literally right here on this YouTube channel. One lucky TeachD member is going to win either a brand new Tesla or $30,000 cash. The winner chooses what they get, the cash or the car. All you need to do is be a member of True Trading Group, and you will have a chance to win 30 grand or a brand new Tesla. It's something fun that we do with our members. As we grow, we give back to our members, not only by continuously to grow and improve the platform, but by doing a bunch of fun, exciting giveaways like this. I love giveaway night. It's exciting. $30,000 is life-changing money for a lot of people, guys. And, to be able to give that away, our goal is to give away $1 million to our TTG community. And I believe, Adam, you have an idea where we're at right now?
We're very close.
Yeah, we're at least
So Mike and I haven't. We've talked about this a little while ago, but our goal for 2021 was to literally give away $1 million to our True Trading Group family members throughout 2021, right? And we're not even. Look, we got what are we at? So we got like another 90 days left. We're damn close.
No, we got 4 months left.
Yeah. So 4 months left. We are very close.
Days left. I think we can get there, man. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head. We can check, but I think it's got to be like this.
It's like 800.
Yeah, I was going to say it's like $700,000 or $800,000 we've given away so far this year. So
since December of 2020.
Right, yeah. So.
All right.
It's going to be awesome.
So that's really awesome. Yeah. All right, guys. So
so I'll walk through, guys. You have to understand something, that as a member of True Trading Group, you're going to be getting access to all the top premium trading tools and resources, because we include them as part of your membership. Okay, so you have to think of True Trading Group first as the Netflix of trading communities, because you pay one price, you get access to every single thing that we have. And that 1 year membership, it's normally $2,212 for the year, but from now until midnight Pacific, you can save 42%. It's our back to school end of summer sale. It brings the price all the way down to just $1,280. Okay, and the next 15 people.
Whoa! Hang on. You were gonna say laptop, right?
I was.
Okay, stop for a second. I didn't change that in the notes. Just give me a second.
Do we not have any more laptops?
I don't know. Hang on a second. I forgot when I came on to update that part. Shit. $13.
Sorry, guys. 13 laptops. Okay, so we got 13 laptops here for tonight. It's tough to get these electronics, guys. It really is. The chip shortages that we have that are going on.
It is quite literally day by day.
Yeah, literally is day by day. It's not a joke.
Yeah, so basically what happens is that every night we come on here, and I'm the one that's in charge of trying to find these things during the day. So I have a list. So I actually have, and our TTG members know him because he's in our logistics department. We have 21 employees, right? So Luciano, or Lucy, is the head of our logistics department, right? And what it is that so he has a list of probably, I gotta think, it's probably close to 75 different wholesalers, right? And he and I basically go through and cross them off one by one, and sometimes even piece them together. So we'll get 10 from one, 20 from another, or like sometimes I'll have to buy like a lot of them in bulk. But it is day to day. So when we come on here and we say, hey, these are the laptops we have left, that's it. We don't double as a Best Buy. We don't have a laptop. We don't have a laptop warehouse. A lot of people are like, oh, you guys, how do you keep giving the laptops away? Because Luciano and myself are grinding every day to be able to like piecemeal 5 here, 10 here, 12 here, and to build them up. Because in a perfect world, I would love to be able to just say, hey, I mean, think of the marketing tactic, like the tactic or the thing we could say in our marketing material. Sign up for True Trading Group and you get a free laptop, to make that a constant thing. That would be massive. But unfortunately, I know because we tried to do that and then we ran out several times and we just, so that's why we come on here. We say, okay, guys, this is what we have for tonight, because I may not be able to get it tomorrow. There have been plenty of times where we have sold out. And if you don't believe me, there's plenty of people in here that either got nothing or got a Kindle or a tablet because we didn't have the laptops. So, I mean, it is what it is. So that's it. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
No, guys, there you go. So there's, we have 13 of them here tonight. You can thank Adam and Luciano for scrunching together 13 of them, because as of this morning, we had zero. We had completely sold out of the ones that we had yesterday. So the next 13 people that use the coupon code TTG121 will not only get the 42% discount on the price, but you're also going to get a brand new free laptop. We do cover the shipping cost for you. It's totally free. It's our gift to you for joining the TTG family. Okay, we do ship anywhere in the world. We have members from all over the world. We do ship all over the globe, guys. Okay, so understand that with the Netflix or training communities, where you pay one price, you get access to everything we have. You're going to get included our 17-course curriculum. It's a simplified. I'm sorry, guys. Actually, Adam's got the news feed up right now, so I'll actually start there. So, guys, with your membership, you're going to get access to our Benzinga Pro real-time news feed. That's what Adam's got up on the screen right now. This is our breaking news feed right inside of our chat room. So you guys will be able to get news as soon as it crosses the wire and not rely on like a 15-minute delay, something like Yahoo Finance.
Right. So just to further clarify that, when something hits the newswire on Yahoo Finance, it has already been out on the newswire for at least 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. This news feed, the reason why this is important, and Benzinga does a fantastic job of putting this together. This is important because this gives it to you instant. Okay. So the second that this crosses the wire, it gives it to you instant, and whatever is not in text on this page instantly, you have the Squawk Box feature where literally somebody is paid to sit there by Benzinga and read you the headlines as they cross the wire 24/7.
Yeah. Guys, that's a really cool feature, because in case, like, if you're in a trade and you're looking at different things, you don't have to read the news feed. You can just turn on the Squawk Box and someone reads the news headlines as they come across the wire. So that's a really cool feature. All right. I can't tell you guys how many times we've made money and saved money by getting news as soon as it crossed the wire, and we were able to act, either get into a trade or get out of a trade. An invaluable tool that we use every single day. You're also going to get quote streams, real-time full book level 2. This is going to show you all the market maker depth inside of level 2. So you can see all the market makers that are there, and not just the ones that your broker shows you. That's also going to be part of our ETNA's simulator, so you can practice trading stocks and options without risking any of your hard-earned cash. You can trade with fake money with real-time data. This simulator is the same simulator that is used at California State University, Fullerton, University of Wisconsin, Whitewater, Berkeley Haas, and Illinois Tech. You get to use this whenever you want to practice, to prove you can make money before you start risking your hard-earned cash. You're also going to get our Trade Ideas real-time scanner that shows you stocks that make new highs, new lows, that have unusual volume. It's broken down between small caps, mid caps, and large caps. So regardless of what you trade, we can make sure that you are always focused on the best stocks during the day that give you the best chance to profit. Then you have our proprietary scanner that Adam showed you just a minute ago that has all the functionality of FinViz Elite with the power of streaming data from our partners at Quote Media. You'll be able to view our presets, create your own, save them, and follow along as the rest of our pro trader moderators share our scanner setups with you in real time. And this includes the ability for you to download unlimited analyst ratings on any stock that comes up in the scanner, all provided by our partners at Quote Media. Then you have the social sentiment scanner, which is
one
amazing
second.
tool.
I just want to take a moment and welcome Sean.
Hey, welcome, Sean. Everyone, guys, welcome Sean to the TTG family. That means we only have 12 laptops left. All right, so just use the coupon code TTG121. You'll get the brand new free laptop and you get the 42% discount. All right. So guys, that social sentiment scanner is a game changer. The social sentiment scanner is going to show you what stocks are being talked about the most on social media, specifically Reddit and Wall Street Bets. And then in the coming weeks, we're going to be also having that filter through StockTwits and Twitter. So you are going
this week.
This week. So this week, you guys, this social sentiment scanner is going to show you what stocks are being talked about most on StockTwits, Twitter, and Reddit. That social sentiment scanner, that used to be something, guys, that really only hedge funds had. Now it's in the hands of TTG traders. You're also going to get access to TradingView's premium charting software. That's one of the most commonly used charting softwares by active traders. Adam showed you that earlier as well. And then you're going to get, of course, a minimum of 10 easy-to-follow, actionable, real-time trade alerts per week from a community of traders that's currently sporting well over an 80% win rate, folks, and we are fully transparent. We keep a trading journal on our website that literally tracks every single buy and every single sell that all of our moderators make. So you can follow along and see how you'd be performing if you followed along with all of these alerts. Our moderators load their trade activity up to this journal every single day. The wins, the losses, the break-evens, they're all there for you all to see. Then you guys are going to be getting access to also 2 small private study groups with a TeachD mod. Now that is a game changer. This is where you can get individualized attention, go over lessons, ask questions, and cover topics that you are struggling with. You can talk with a TeachD mod, you can talk with TeachD members, and you can really help to speed up your learning curve. Then you have the entire curriculum. Guys, this is a 17-course curriculum. It's a simplified version of the stuff I learned working at the hedge fund. It is broken down into beginner and foundation courses for those that are new. There's also advanced courses if you're a more seasoned trader. And then there's also courses on options, trader psychology, swing trading, crypto, you name it, we have it. It's in text and video format, whichever is easier for you to learn. You get all the courses when you sign up. There are no VIP or pro courses that are going to cost you more money. Ever. You pay one price, you get every single course we have. Then in addition to the courses, we have a video library that has over 100 hours of additional educational video content. These are workshops and webinars that we have conducted with our members, covering a variety of topics like how to trade while working a full-time job, how to resist FOMO, how to grow a small account, our Options Palooza workshop. Do not forget, guys, September 11th from 9 a.m. Eastern until 5 p.m. Eastern, our 2 top pro trader options traders. Okay, I didn't say that correctly. Our top 2 pro option traders, Momin and Chris, they are going to be hosting this workshop to teach you about options trading. Basic buys, basic call and put buying, but also more advanced strategies like selling covered calls, selling options for income, credit spreads, debit spreads, straddle, strangles, you name it, guys. They're going to go over everything. It's totally free for TeachD members. You guys set your reminders. It will be recorded. If you can't make it, don't worry. It will be then posted in the video library along with the rest of our workshops and webinars that you can see in the video library.
And welcome Franklin.
Everybody welcome Franklin to the TeachD family. That means now that we only have 11 laptops left, okay? There's 11 laptops left, guys. Use the coupon code. Okay, use the coupon code TTG121. You get the 42% discount, and the next 11 people get a brand new free laptop.
Oh, here we go. And Katarina.
We now have 10 laptops left. Guys, the laptops are definitely not going to last. There's only 10 of them. They fly. There will be
actually hang on, because I got to type this in. So Katarina and Robin.
Okay, now there's 9 laptops. I told you they're going to fly.
I'll just put both of them on the same line.
All right.
Normally I do this behind the scene, guys. I don't. This is the last night I'm coming on a live stream like this.
That's cool, man. Well, welcome all of our new members to the TeachD family. But that means there's only 9 laptops left, guys. There's only 9 of them left. All right. Then of course you're going to get access to our chat room. Guys, the chat room during the day, the moderators and I, we share our screen with you so you see what we see. We are also live on the microphone calling out our trades in advance. So during the day, I get on the microphone, I tell everybody what I'm seeing. And then I tell everybody what I'm going to buy, where I'm going to buy it, why I'm going to buy it, where's my stop loss, where's my take profit. Example, guys, looks like we got support here at $10, 38.2 Fibonacci, trade line VWAP lines up right here at $10. I'm looking for a low volume pullback into 10. I'm going to try to be a buyer around 10.20, 10.25. My stop loss will be around 9.40. I'm looking to take profits at 11, 11.50, and 12.50. That is verbatim what I will say on the microphone before I actually enter the trade. My teaching members that are on here, the live, you guys can confirm true or false. Do I or do I not come on the microphone and make you guys fully aware of what my entire game plan is before I enter a trade. Makes it very easy. If you want to follow along with my trades, you absolutely certainly can. This is why I do it, but it's also important for learning purposes. It's important for you to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, not just what I'm doing. Okay, great. I bought this stock. Why did I buy this stock? Why did I buy it at the moment that I did, at the price that I did? Why is my stop loss where it is? The why is how you actually learn. And that is our goal. Our goal is to teach you how to fish, to help you stand on your own 2 feet, and help you become a self-sufficient trader. In our chat room, guys, you guys are going to be able to see all that, hear all that, but also you can ask questions. You can send the moderators private messages during the day to ask questions.
Wait. When you say the moderators, who do you mean?
All of our mods, including myself.
So during the day, anybody that is in chat has the ability to send you a private message and ask you whatever they want during the day. And nobody has to pay extra for that. There's no special course or special thing that they have to do in order to do that. No.
Guys, every single one of you, as a member of True Trading Group, has the ability to send me a message in chat during the day and ask what I think about a stock. You can ask me whatever you want. Everyone has the ability to DM me. You also have the ability to DM the 7 other pro traders that are moderators inside of True Trading Group to ask them questions.
Including the Wolf.
Including the Wolf. Okay? So that's what's included, guys, with the membership and with the chat room and everything. And you guys understand something. We are continuing to walk the price of our membership up by a couple of bucks every day till we cross over $2,000 again, because the things that we are adding to the platform, you saw all the things Adam was showing you that we added. These things cost a lot of money, folks. They do. They cost a lot of money. We will never bring that fee over to current members. It's passed on to new members. So you guys have a ground floor opportunity now to join True Trading Group, because I'm telling you now, our membership is going up. It has to. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to stay, okay, at cheap prices and still add all.
It's very important to Mike and myself that True Trading Group always remains affordable to the masses. There's a lot of other products out there, and I don't need to name what they are, but go to any other, just Google it. Go to Google, type in go to Google, type in trading school, online courses, whatever, and go look at the prices on those sites and look at what you get for the prices on those sites. Okay? Even if we were at $2,500 a year, $3,000 a year, it would be less than what it is you get for anything comparable. Yeah. But it is our goal to keep it affordable. That means instead of trying to only cater to people that can afford a $3,500 to $5,500 a year membership, we want everybody to be able to get here, to get in here.
We want to bridge the gap.
We want to bridge the gap. So how do we do that? We keep the price affordable. Okay? So yes, look, not that $2,000 or $2,500 is not a lot of money, but it's still way less than the competition, and it's not. I see Lady Bird. It does. The price you pay today is the price you renew at next year.
Yeah, guys, put it this way. It comes out to about $3.50 a day. That's less than a cup of coffee from Starbucks a day. Everybody can find $3.50 a day. Okay, but Okay. The other thing I want to point out, what Adam just said, the price you pay today is the price you pay for life. So next year, when your membership comes up for renewal, and let's say our membership is $24.99, you will not pay $24.99 to renew your membership. You'll pay $12.80, which is the price you pay right now today to sign up. And just to give you guys an idea of what we're talking about the value of the membership, let me put into perspective the value of what you're getting when you spend $12.80. That Benzinga newsfeed with the Squawk Box feature, let's say you did not want to join True Trading Group, but you wanted that newsfeed. Benzinga charges $1,400 a year for that service. So you can don't join True Trading Group. Go get that newsfeed from Benzinga. You're going to pay $1,400. You can pay $12.80, join True Trading Group, get the Benzinga newsfeed, and everything else that we just shared with you. That the Quote Media's full book level 2 is $990 a year. The Trade Simulator is $300 a year. TradingView's charts are $600 a year. Just those 4 tools alone are $3,200 a year. We haven't even talked about the social sentiment scanner. We haven't talked about the courses, which is the same education I got when I worked at the hedge fund. How do you put a price on that? How much would you pay to go to a hedge fund in New York City and for 3 months sit in a classroom while the traders at the fund taught you? What would you pay for that? I can't really put a price on that because the price is the rest of my life. That's the value of that experience for me. It's literally the rest of my life. Okay, so let's actually just ask, like my TTG members, what do you think that the membership to True Trading Group is worth? Tell me. I'd love to get your opinion because you all are part of the platform. You all have access to the resources and the tools. Realistically, and be honest, what do you think it's worth? If you think it's worth $1, tell me. You think it's worth 10 grand? Tell me. I'd love to know. Keith says I would pay $1,000 a month. Lex says it's worth about 7 grand. R. Hirsch says 5 grand a year. Sly Racine says 6K. She Trades for Weed says priceless. 5K a year, millions, 10K, 5K hands down minimum, 3 to 5K minimum, 5K priceless, 10K, success has no cost, 2 to 3K a year, easy. $3 to 5K a year. I'd pay $12K a year happily. $5,000 to $7,500, $8,000 to $10,000, $10K at least, $15K minimum. Renetta, everyone welcome Renetta. Everyone welcome Renetta. We now only have 8 laptops left. You guys just use coupon code TTG121. All right, we only have 8 laptops left. Okay, guys, 80% of our members, over 80%, okay, are successful, meaning they're making money and they're becoming better traders. And if you guys don't believe me, watch this. Guys, my TT fam, real quick, if you're making money, if you guys are making money as members of True Trading Group and you're becoming a better trader, type the number 1 in chat real quick. Type the number 1 if you're making money and you're becoming a better trader. Now, anyone that's not a member, you just heard everyone say what they think the membership is worth, right? Now, that's cool, what the membership is worth, but what do you really care about? Are they making money? Here's your answer. You see all these number 1s that are flying through the side of the screen? These people aren't just saying, hey, Mike, you have a great platform. It's worth a lot of money. But what good is it if they're not making money from it, right? I can have a great platform that provides tons of value, but without the results, what's it really worth? Results matter. Results matter. And you're seeing right now the amount of number 1s that are coming through the side of the screen. These are results. Over 80% of our members are successful. Now, that also means that just under 20% of our members are struggling. And I know it's not possible to have a 100% success rate, but I'll be damned if I'm not going to try for it. We hold red to green workshops every single month, which is where struggling members submit questions and topics that they're having problems with. They submit it to us, and then the moderators will go over and do a live workshop covering those topics for those struggling members to help answer the questions that they have. Because in True Trading Group, we leave no trader behind. And we truly give a damn whether you succeed or fail. Okay? So there you guys have it. All right? And the amount of number ones that you see coming through the side of the screen right now, that is the same reason why I am able to offer you all a money-back guarantee. Yes, you heard me correctly. I'm not kidding. I offer a money-back guarantee with our teaching membership because I stand behind our program. I put my money where my mouth is, and results matter. So here's the deal. If you go through all our courses, pass our quizzes, and attend one private study group, that's it. That's all I ask you to do. Do those 3 things. That tells me you actually put in some effort. Okay? So if you do those 3 things and don't make back your membership fee, right now, today, that's $1,280. So if you go through the courses, pass the quizzes, attend one study group, and do not make back your membership fee at least once during your membership, I'll give you all your money back. I'll give you a full refund. I'm not kidding. Everything I'm telling you is on the website. You know you're going to get exactly what I'm saying to you here because results matter. And I'm able to confidently offer you that money back guarantee without breaking a sweat because of all the number ones that you just saw come through the side of the screen. Okay, there you have it. That's why. All right. Nitesh, everyone welcome Nitesh. Everyone welcome Nitesh. We're now down to, is that 7 laptops? Yeah, it's okay. 7 laptops left, guys. I told you these laptops were going to fly. 7 laptops left. You just have to use coupon code TTG121. Okay, you just have to use coupon code TTG121. All right. And then another question I want to ask my TTG fam, because I was talking about this before. All right, I was talking about this before with the swing trading. If you guys work full-time jobs and you think you can't do this, because I just saw someone comment that was asking, well, hey, I work they said what they do for a living, but they're saying, I don't know if I have time to do this or can I benefit from this? And it's simply just a very common misconception that you won't be able to do this if you work a full-time job. And to prove you that point, I'll ask my members again. My TTG family members, if you are making money while working a full-time job with True Trading Group, type the letter I in chat. Tell me what you do for a living, please, if you don't mind. So anyone that thinks that I work a full-time job, I can't do this, the majority of our members work full-time jobs. Okay, the majority of them do work full-time jobs, folks. So here we go. Roxanne is a manager. So you guys just pay attention to some of the comments that are coming through chat right now of my teaching members that are making money while working a full-time job. A delivery person, a software tester, a doctor, portfolio coordinator, film business owner, loan depot, construction, works at a golf course, seafood manager, builds trucks for Ford, graphic design, event marketing, nurse, judicial law clerk, insurance broker. You guys get the point. Okay, you can see all these people that are commenting, telling what they do for a living, and they're saying, hey, I'm still making money even though I'm working a full-time job. We're 5-star rated on Trustpilot. Go check out our Trustpilot page. Go read some of those reviews. I welcome, encourage, and invite you all to go read these reviews. Well over 1,300 people have taken the time out of their day to leave us a review on Trustpilot. Okay? I welcome you all to go read some of those reviews. Hell, I'll read one. I'll read one right now. Oh, this looks like it's 11 hours ago. This looks like it's going to be a good one. TTG is a life changer. I've been a member of TTG for about a year now and recently renewed my membership. Before TTG, I never in a million years would have thought that I would be trading stocks. And here I am a year later with a great understanding of the stock market thanks to TTG. I wake up every morning, get my kids situated, and start my day with the fam in the morning Culotta Club. The professor, a.k.a. Jason Simmons, Momin, Mike, Wolf, Toner, and the rest of the crew take great pride in educating us the best they can and with so much patience, which is much appreciated. I've learned so much and continue to learn daily from our morning sessions as well as throughout the day because, can you scroll down for me, Adam? That's all I can see. Because all day the team stays with us and are there for any questions that we may have. TTG has changed my life in ways that I could have never imagined. My uncle told me 2 years ago about the group, and I brushed it off thinking it was like all the other groups online that take your money and you never learn anything, and today I regret not joining them. Before TTG, I was in a place in my life that I desperately needed another form of income, and I was scared to risk any of my savings. Once I joined, took the courses, sat on my hands, and watched the fam do their thing in chat, I jumped in and my life started changing for the better. Wow. I slowly started increasing my account, and a year later, I'm so close to being able to, oh my God, to get my first home. For anyone who is skeptical, I am proof that TTG is the real deal. I love my TTG fam and wouldn't trade them for the world. They are stuck with me. Thank you, TTG, for educating me and giving me the confidence to trade. Oh my God, that just gave me chills. I was not expecting that. We literally just randomly just grabbed the very first review that there was up on Trustpilot that completely, totally just gave me chills. Oh my God. Wow. Guys, that's why we do what we do. It's comments like that. It's people like that. It's impact. It's impact like that. You know, what's real success? What is real success in life? You know, what's real success?
We run a business that literally gets paid to help people achieve this type of stuff. I mean, it's
amazing.
I mean, I got to tell you, when you and I first came up with the idea for something like this a while ago, I mean, you hope that it becomes something like this, but you don't.
Right.
You don't actually know, or you know what I mean?
Yep. We hope to be able to build a successful business, but to be able to actually help positively impact people's lives.
I think it also speaks volumes because we had a very different definition of success from the beginning.
Right.
Because success for us, Mike and I, privately before we started, not the live stream, but the whole business, success for us was only partially defined if whether or not the business makes money. You know, Mike and I, you know, we've owned several businesses together before True Trading Group where we made our money, right? True Trading Group was always the start of the end game for us. You know, the stuff that, you know, you talk about leaving a legacy and building stuff, and that's really what this is and what this continues to be for us. All right. Now, we're not saints. This isn't a charity. You pay good money and you get an even better product.
Absolutely.
Okay. So we're not saints. Yes, we make money with it. However, you guys get a way more value than we get money, and that's okay because that's how it's supposed to be. So this is amazing, man.
Yeah, I literally got, I wasn't like,
I didn't know. I was just like, hey, just read the first one. We got
yeah, I know it's the first one there. We just read the first one.
Because I thought, I was like, oh, we got another one, like 11 hours, like whatever. I was like, Mike, just read it because it's like 5-star. I didn't know what it was. It's not going to say you suck, you know?
Yeah, that was all. I just to know that there's just that many people out there, and TTG now, guys, is we have just over 7,300 members.
Oh, God. I think it's more than that, dude.
Well, something like that. We have, well over 7,000 members now inside a True Trading Group, and just to know that, to know that something that we've created is helping change people's lives is so rewarding that I just pray that one day you all get to experience that same feeling of positively impacting and changing someone's life for the better, because it is a feeling of satisfaction that could not be replaced with, even if I had 10,000 shares of SPRT at $9 and I sold it at 70.
You want to take it a step further than that for me?
Yeah.
Listen to this. So for those that don't know, Mike and I owned a an investor relations stock promotion business for a long time, right? Made millions of dollars in that industry while we transitioned out to come into True Trading Group. The entire time we're in there, we're promoting companies and we're helping other people, these companies to make money and everything else. And some of the companies were terrible and some of them were okay. But I always thought to myself, I personally have 2 little kids. I have a 7-year-old daughter and a 3-year-old son. And I thought to myself, my daughter's going to get to an age where she goes, well, what does your dad do? Oh, well, he promotes okay, penny stock companies, right? And then the other day, my daughter and my son are getting to an age where they're actually curious, and they said, well, what do you do when you go to work? What do you do? And I said to her, and I almost like teared up, and I said, you know what? Because they know that we live a comfortable lifestyle, but that's not it. Mike and I made millions of dollars before True Trading Group. But it's not the money. It's to be able to look my daughter and my son in the face and be like, hey, you know what? We help people. We teach them how to be their own boss, how to make money, how to stand up on their own 2 feet. That's what I do for a living. That's what I get up every day and do for a living. It's a fucking blessing, man.
Yeah, man.
We have worked, look, throughout the years, we have worked with some shit companies and some shit people. And today it's completely, it's beyond, I'll speak for Mike too. It's literally beyond our wildest dreams what it is we're doing here.
And we've just begun.
This is the beginning. So, anyways, that was my spiel.
Yeah.
She asked me on Sunday night, because the live streams, I'm home.
Right.
And she goes, Daddy, what do you do? Why do you have a live stream? Why do you have, and before she's like, well, what do you do? I was like, well, I go to Vancouver and I work with some penny stock people, she's not gonna get that, But when I say all these people are here because this is my extended family, and we're all building something big that's going to help these people. It's going to help us. It's going to help these people. I've always been really, really good at making money, but True Trading Group has taught me that you can literally make a difference and make money at the same time, and it's fucking incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I want the stock market to open right now.
No, I'm good. I gotta go to sleep.
I'm like pumped. I'm like pumped up right now.
Welcome, Joshua.
Joshua, welcome to the family, bro. Welcome to the family. Joshua, welcome to the family, man. Welcome. I don't know how many laptops we have. What is it, 6? We have 6 laptops left? We have 6 laptops left, guys. We have 6 laptops left. Everyone, welcome, Joshua. But that's it, guys. I got nothing else. I
got nothing left, man.
Yeah, I'm getting emotional too myself. I'm just, it's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. Like, you guys, you guys have to understand something, that, like, do you realize I get to wake up every single day, do something that I'm so passionate about and I love to do. But at the same time, while I'm doing that, I'm meeting amazing people that I'm developing relationships and friendships that are going to last a lifetime. I've developed relationships with some of my members that I fully expect 20 years from now, we are still going to be friends and we're still going to be talking. Like, when we say welcome to the family, that's not like a little, like, gimmick. Like, that's legit, and And to know that the things that we're doing and the blood, sweat, and tears that we put into building this platform, and you guys know, I don't know, Adam and I and the rest of teaching, we spend like 12, 14-hour days on this platform for,
you know, somebody asked today in the town hall, they said, "Oh, we're worried about you guys burning out." Well, they didn't see what we did before this. They don't realize that the hours may be a little bit longer here, but I don't know, man. Like, yeah, do we get tired? Sure. Do we get burnt out to the point where we don't want to do this? Not for a minute. You know, TTG, I mean, Mike knows. Mike saw it, man. Mike saw when my kid was born, everything. You know, and for the first 2 years of my daughter's life, I was on a plane 8 months out of the year. Working and building True Trading Group has allowed me to participate in my own life as much as it has to help build this. I don't know how you can get burnt out from something like that. You can feel tired.
I'll tell you what, the second you feel tired and you read a comment like we just read on Trust
Yeah,
Me,
it doesn't even matter.
energy. I don't know if you just look at me. I just got souped up. I'm like, yeah, I want the market to open. You know, that's what gives me energy. That's what gives me drive. That's what gives me motivation to wake up every day, no matter how tired I am, and continue to do what we do. It's those comments. You know, it's those stories. It's that impact that makes you keep going. And we're lucky, man. Adam, we are lucky to do what we do, and to have the TeachD family. And I know people are like, no, we're lucky you have. I saw some people like,
no, other way around, guys.
Yeah, it's, you know, that's it. Well, that's it. That's all I got. Live stream's over.
Yeah. Sign up or not, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't even care
guys
anymore tonight. We're good.
You guys, seriously, use the coupon code TTG121. You're going to get a free laptop. You're going to get 42% off. I'm giving you a money back guarantee because, again, I stand behind this program. If you guys don't make your membership fee back after going through the courses, going through the courses, passing the quizzes, and attending one study group, if you don't make your membership fee back at least once, I'll give you all of your money back, give you a full refund. Not kidding. I stand behind what we say here and what we've created at True Trading Group. So thanks for joining me tonight, guys. A little emotional at the end there of the stream, but another fantastic live stream of the books. I want to thank Boris Jordan, the founder and chairman of CURLF, for coming on and joining me here today. I want to thank the Wolf, Jason, the Wolf Retreat, Spatafora.
He's like, oh, you guys, he's like, I love what you guys are doing here. I was like, really?
Really? Thanks, Boris.
I was like, you look like a chubby Jewish person. I can be like you at 55. You know?
Boris. So that's it, guys. Have a great night. Everybody enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm going to go relax. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning, and we'll get back to it. We'll get back to it. All right. I love you guys.
Oh, by the way, guys, the code word for tomorrow.
Damn.
The code word for
that was
tomorrow.
evil.
Huh?
That was evil.
I know.
2 hours and 18 minutes later, Adam's like,
that's all right. This is the third one we've given out. The password or code word for Friday's giveaway, the secret code is Glenny. All right. So we've given out 3 of them now over the past 2 weeks. This is the third one. Glenny. All right. Have a good night.
Later, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody.